Hello everyone, VegasFake1965, and this week's video is a tutorial on a zombie spawner XP farm. And I'll be using my new design that holds back the XP orbs to make it a lot easier for you to repair your gear and your tools and everything else that you need to have repaired. So, without further ado, let's find out. Okay, now that you found your spawner, of course loaded all your gear and all the stuff that's in the chest, I put myself in survival mode for a part of this because I want you to see how it's done in survival. I know a lot of tutorials I do in creative, mainly because they're kind of simple, but there is a part in here, and that's the delivery system or the drop zone that I want to show in survival mode, so you have an easier time at building this. So once you've found your spawner, you want to dig this room out in 4 blocks in every direction from the spawner. So, okay, now that you have your room dug out, you'll see that it is 4 up, down, left, right, in all directions from that spawner. Your room will now be a 9x9, and you need to decide which side of this that you want those zombies to go to, because we're going to place water streams here. The water streams will travel 8 blocks, and they'll drop into a trench that we're going to create that is actually 12 blocks long. So dig down 1, you'll go 6 blocks across here, and then you'll dig down another one and go 6 blocks again. And this is where I'm going to go back into survival mode in a moment and show you how to dig up to 22 blocks and set up our drop zone into the kill area. So getting down here, now we've got our little water pathways set up. You want to make sure that you've dug in 3 blocks. Now I've went ahead and worked on a chamber on the other side that I'll show you. But once you get to this 3rd block in, that's 1, 2, 3, our water chute is going to start here. Our soul sand is going to go there. And right here, we're going to put, if you were going to put it, you're going to put packed ice right there. The ice, strongly suggest it helps them slide right across. So we will do that in a moment. But I'm going to dig this out and show you what I've done over here. Now notice from this side here, from the back of this, we've gone over 1 block. So you've got the water chute that's going to go here. We go back 1 block, and then over 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 6th space, this is where they're going to drop down to. So what we're okay, before we start digging up, I wanted to mention that don't forget to put your infinite water source. It's a matter of putting 1 bucket of water here, 1 bucket of water there, and then you can draw as much water as you want out of that middle section right there. So back around to here, we're going to dig this out 2 blocks back, all the way around here. So we have room, because we're going to go with a 3 wide space in here where they're going to drop right down on these hoppers. But we're also going to need a little storage area, so we can dig this out right over here, and let's put a chest in here, or a double chest, I mean. And you could set up stairs underneath here to where you can get at, or you can leave the 1 block space. It's up to you. So what we're going to do now is get to where we can get the hoppers in there. Hope I brought enough. Now I'll go back and get some more. So 1, 2, make sure those hoppers are, you got to crouch down and lead them right into that chest, and then bring it all the way across. Oh, just enough. Just like that. Now you can backfill that back in, just like that. And now anything that lands up on top of these iron trap doors that we're going to put down next is going to end up right in that chest. So now we put the 3 iron trap doors on top. And we will eventually put the 3 fences across here, but for right now, we need to get into that center one right there where we started and start digging our way up. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing that. So what I'll do is I'll stand on one and I'll build in behind me while I'm digging up into this center spot. And then we'll go across. So what we need to do now, more importantly than anything else, is find out exactly where our drop chute is. And it's right here. Now, it's not that far of a distance to fall once you dig that final block out. So we've got, we need to take a look and see where we are at on this by bringing up your GUI screen. We're going to write down these coordinates. So we're looking at -219, as you see. Actually, you can look to the right. The targeted block is -220. We're at 18, and minus 624. We only need those numbers to make sure that we're going to dig ourselves down into this water stream, this water chute, into the right spot. So now that we know those coordinates, we'll come back over here, and we know where we're going to go 5 blocks that way, just to make sure we don't get lost while we are doing this. Now I'm going to have to take this. And there it goes in there. Should be in the chest. There it is. I've got to take that out because I won't be able to build up to it. So like I said, we're going to do this in survival mode so you can see how it's done a lot easier. Alrighty, I'm going to move some blocks over here. We'll put a block on top of that. And what we will do is start digging up. Now, you want to make sure that you're somewhere in the middle here, because in case you run into the gravel, you don't want that stuff to fall on you and suffocate you. So we're going to find out right now how that's going to work. So we need to look where we're going to be standing. Now, looking at this block right here, you can either stand there and look while you're standing by hitting the F3. And if you notice, we are on Y level 21. In the center there on the far left where you see XYZ, Y21. So we want to go up 22 blocks. So when we are done and we're standing there, it should say 43. And that's what we're going to do. And then we'll know we're on the right level to bring them down to about a heart or a half a heart, to where they're just a one-hit kill. So, okay, now that we've dug up, as you can see, there's the iron trapdoor down below. If you remember correctly, we were at 21. Bring up your GI screen. You can see we're now at 43 on the left side of your screen, the Y level. That's the middle number. When we were down there standing on the iron trapdoor, it said 21. We've dug up to 43. That's 22 blocks, exactly what we're looking for. Now, if you remember right, we need to go over 5 blocks. We're going to take a look at those coordinates again, because we wrote those down earlier to make sure that we were going to be digging the chute up in the right spot. So let's go over a few blocks. 5 blocks if I'm not mistaken. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one should be the chute if I did my math correctly. Let's take a look. We'll bring up the GUI screen. This time we're looking on the right side, the targeted block. Because on the left side, the coordinates are not always exactly right, but you can be guaranteed for sure that you'll be standing on the exact block you want to if you look at the targeted block on the right. So our numbers we were looking for earlier were minus 220 and minus 624, and it's exactly where we are. The Y level, of course, is different because we're higher. From here, we were going to dig down. Yes, I know. Well, while we were working, I didn't hear any lava, so I think we're pretty much safe. So we're going to dig down to that chute. Again, I didn't put any water down there. So, but before we do that, I want to get the sign out because we don't want to have to worry about trying to get back up in here once we get the water going. We'll go ahead and put the sign in the back. There we go. Now, we are obviously going to be putting some water streams up here. I did put a light just to make sure. I suggest you do the same thing in case you're working. You don't want anything to spawn up here while you're doing that. So we're back on the right spot. Let's go ahead and dig ourselves down. And this should put us right at the exact kill spot that we need. Oh, there's some gravel there. And there it is. Boom. Oh, we landed in the exact spot we needed to. So now what we're going to do is we need a way to get in and out of there. And it's going to be just temporary, but I'm going to dig out a spot over here. And we'll go around to get to our work area. Make sure we put a torch down in here. And then we'll come back around over here. The amount of space, it doesn't matter. You could do a few more if you want to. This is just so we're able to put our water streams in, because I'm going to block this off with glass blocks. Because like I said earlier, I really enjoy, there they are, I really enjoy seeing what's happening. So I will cover this spot with glass blocks, and you can go as high as you want. But at least from here, you can see the zombies coming down, sliding across the ice and the soul sand and shooting straight up into there. So we've got those done. We need the signs on the other side, of course, so we can keep that water in there. Ice block will go there, and as you can see, they'll slide forward. From here, we're going to put up 3 signs. 1, 2, 3. And then let's see if I can get the orientation right the first time for this right there. And they are going to slide across here. They're going to hit this and eventually move their way into our water streams. This water stream system is ready to go right now. We just need the soul sand block, but we're going to put that in last. Otherwise, we'll not be able to get back down through here. So let's grab our water buckets and get that started next. And then from here, we're going to go around. We're going to be getting rid of these blocks right here. I want to make sure I don't forget to do that. 1, 2, 3. And we want to put that iron trap door back on there again. Make sure we get this ready to go. There we are. And now is a good time we can go ahead and put our fences in there because we're not going to be coming back down through this way. So there's your fences, there's your iron trap doors, and the next step is going to be our glass across here. So I'm going to, you notice there's about a 2.5 block gap, and that's because I'm not a fan of using vines or ladders for entity cramming. I want to see what's going on, so I'll put glass across here, just like that. And none of the zombies are going to get out, including the little ones, because of these iron trap doors. But we'll be able to get to them. Now, the little babies, I know on Bedrock, can get to you if you're standing right up against these fences. But we will not be standing against them anyway for this design to work correctly, and that's to keep the experience orbs right behind it. We're going to drop our water source in the first spot. Drop it in the next one, and you must put a water source on each and every one of these blocks for this to work, or that soul sand will not shoot them all the way up in there. So now we'll come in here, swim up. Here's the toughest part of the build, is getting that water stream right, timing your movements right. Okay, now that we've gotten back up to the top again and filled our water up, we're going to add one more bucket, but more importantly, we need to make sure we dig this out a little bit better because these guys are going to pop up through here. We want to make sure they have room to get pushed all the way down to there. So let's take out a couple more blocks. And I think I'm going to do 2. Just be careful of the gravel that may be above there, so don't dig straight up. And I always crouch when I'm doing that because I know this is, I don't want to fall down and drop myself. So now it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces up. That should be plenty. Excuse me. We're going to drop ourselves a water bucket right here. That's going to flow. Oops. Make sure we get out of there. That's going to flow right down here. We don't have to worry about the light source anymore. But that, if we stayed here, it's going to push us right off the edge and right down to the bottom. But what we're going to do is swim right back down. Just hold down that shift button. It'll take you all the way back down to the bottom. We'll come out of here. And now we're going to put in our soul sand. Okay, now comes the most hazardous part of the build, and that's removing the torches. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go up and make sure we put a half slab on the very top of this, because we do not want these guys spawning up there and sticking around. So from here, we've got the slab down. We're going to drop our water buckets down here. Let me move this out of the way. Don't need the slab. As you put a water source here, and then you put a water source 2 blocks over, you'll be able to withdraw water from here to continue all the way around, and I'll show you how that works. So we're going to put a water source there, put a water source here, then you can continue to grab water out of that middle block or one next to it. And that takes care of that. We're going to get one more. Drop that down here. Don't worry about the torches. We can always make plenty of torches. And then from here comes the tough part. We have to remove these torches and then get to that spot. And they are going to be coming after us. I'm almost positive. Be careful not to break the spawner. I'm sure it would take a lot more than that to break it. And now they should be coming. So we need to block this off. Oh boy. There we go. And we'll take a look at this little viewing area we have up here. This is the viewing area that I have. And it's just a 2 block space, but make sure you put half slabs in the bottom down here. Let me fill this back in. There we go. Just make sure you put half slabs up here so nothing spawns in there. And these are stairs. So nothing's going to spawn on the bottom half slabs or the stairs, and these guys will start coming through. And there they are. Now let me show you this in action. I'm going to want to at least be a few blocks back so we can see those experience orbs stay up there. And there we go. Now if I wanted to repair that pickaxe, I have a couple pieces here that need to be repaired. I can just move my cursor over to hover over to where, if you can see in my action bar, over the pickaxe. And I've got 3 items need repaired. Let's see what happens. Move a little closer. These two got repaired. Then we'll move in for the pickaxe. Almost repaired. There we go. Well, I hope this tutorial helped you guys in your Minecraft worlds, and my new experience orb, I guess you call it the barrier block that holds the experience orbs so you can do your mending a lot easier. I hope this helped you. And if you did, click that like button. It really helps me, and the subscribe button lets me know that I'm providing good quality content that you can use. So anyway, until next week's video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.